Hey crew, it's Coach Josh with Garage Gang Gyms, and today we're talking about the Arnold Press. Now I do Arnold presses a little bit differently, and you're gonna see that. Some people have your hands coming all the way so that your palms face you. The new way that we do it here is we're gonna have our palms face each other. So there is gonna be a little difference from the old way we used to do it. Now the muscles that we're trying to work is kind of everything, all right? A lot of people confuse this with just a shoulder exercise. This is way more than that. Especially for me, I like to do a lot of front squats, a lot of shoulder presses, things like that. It actually helps build mobility and strength at the same time. Yes, we're gonna get some shoulder work. Yes, we're gonna get some tricep work, and that's awesome. Those are our prime movers. Triceps actually your secondary, but our shoulder. We're also gonna get some pec engagement, and not just on the overhead press. Actually, when we squeeze our arms together, it almost gives you kind of like a fly feel. We're going to be strengthening those rotator cuff muscles, especially when we do what's called the launching pad, which we'll talk about in a second. Okay, so let's walk through this. I'm literally going to use the 5 pounds today, and you're going to see me struggle. Now, granted, when I do my workouts, I'm using a different weight, but I want to show you how much mental focus I want when you're doing these Arnold presses, okay? If I wanted you to just press over your head, we would just press over your head, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to slot my arms wherever it's comfortable, okay? So some people are going to really try to come back out here, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm going to make sure that I am comfortable in this starting position. If I'm uncomfortable, this isn't going to work for me. My ribs are going to be down slightly, not anything crazy, right? We're not doing a sit-up. It's just a little bit of tension. A little bit of tension in my glutes and my lower core. Now, what I want to do to start this motion is actually push my elbows forward and then try to squeeze my pecs together as if I could touch my elbows. So I'm just going to set one down. So as I come in, I'm trying to bring those elbows in. If my other elbow was there, it'd be really close. As I'm also pushing my elbow in front of me while keeping my body still. So it's forward and together. What that's going to do is there's going to be a ton of stretching in my back before I even start. That way, with that tension, that's going to help us with this external rotation here, pulling those arms apart. I'm pulling my elbows apart. And I do want you to think of it as a pull because it's your back doing that pull. Your shoulders don't do this whole thing. So I'm squeezing, chest, burning, tight, pull. Great. Hands are relaxed. Now, the launching pad. What I want is to take my shoulder, which is actually pointed this way. If I were to press from this position, it's going forward. Not ideal, okay? I want this dumbbell right over your shoulder on the way up. So in order to achieve that position from a good start, we need to make sure our launching pad is ready. And what I mean by that is, again, your shoulder blade is pointed this way slightly. I need you to actually pin the bottom of your shoulder blade and tilt the top back. How do we do that? Our ribs are going to be down, glutes are going to be tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to point my chest up, okay? So I didn't lose my core engagement and come way back here, but I need to be a little bit tight, point my chest up. And you can see how my whole arm kind of kicks back. Now I'm fully ready, fully stacked, fully stretched in my shoulder, ready to fire that arm over my head. So I pull, right? Launching pad ready. I can press. Now my launching pad is still on. Now what am I feeling? From launching pad, I feel muscles all the way around my shoulder blade. Okay, it's nice and tight. It's all kind of cinching that shoulder blade like it's pulling back the bungees, ready to let it fly up, right? Think of it like that. So I'm pulling those bungees. It's nice and tight. Then as soon as I'm ready to press, that bungee lets go. Boom, shoulder blade comes up. My lat stretches, I'm nice and tight, but I still have control under my shoulder blade. This isn't a loose position. I'm still locked, I'm still tall. So that's half of this exercise, right? But Josh, you did your press. True, but we can actually get a lot of back engagement, good stability training for our shoulder blades on the way down. So the next part, so I was squeezed. I fired open, I tilted my launch pads, I pressed. Now on the way down, I need my shoulder blades, which are now elevated, to actually come back down. So it's my lats doing it. But when I come down, I want to imagine I could catch this weight with my chest, right? So what did I do? I was here. I picked my chest up further, getting a big stretch in my pecs so that on the way down, my pecs are stretching to help my shoulders come down and they can stretch as well in case we wanted to do another press. But we're not, right? We're coming back into the inside. But on a standard shoulder press, you still lead with your chest, press. Lead with your chest, press. So we pulled down, my whole back, my lats just pulled in. It's almost like I did a pull-up, which is why I like to pair pressing over your head with pull-ups. So if you ever see that, that's why. They're opposing. It's pretty much the same. Okay, so I caught it with my chest. This is also going to help us reinforce, if you're one of my barbell clients, that you're pressing over your head with the bar. You really need to achieve a good barbell position. Or for those of you who front squat and clean like me, you definitely need to make sure you have control of that catch position. Then from there, we're going to push those elbows forward, squeeze our elbows back in. So again, one time through. This is the speed. Open, tilt, press, and in. Open, tilt, press, and in. Open, tilt, press, and in. So as you get more comfortable, and hopefully you saw 3 different speeds with that exercise, is the first time, okay, get the launching pad, okay, go a little bit faster, and then you can see there's a flow. You just learn that coordination. And the Arnold Press, again, great strengthener for your shoulders, your triceps, your pecs, also great for your back muscles, your support muscles, but also it's a very challenging exercise to actually coordinate because there's a lot going on. And the better you can coordinate your Arnold Press, the safer you're going to be when you have a barbell in your hands and you're trying to press it over your head, do a split jerk, whatever it is, okay? Now, going to some pain. If when you press over your head, you got elbow pain, wrist pain, first thing you want to do is tell your coach. Hey, coach, in your results section, I was having some shoulder pain, elbow pain, whatever. The reason for this being, and I say it 1,000 times and I'll say it 1,000 times more, I need to know. If, let's say it's bothering you, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I made a mistake with your programming. Maybe your life is a little too stressful and that's kind of impeding your ability to recover. Or maybe you just are terrible at this exercise. Probably not. But if you still are moving things around, it doesn't quite feel right, take a video. I would prefer from this angle for this Arnold Press so I can see everything all at the same time. Then you don't have to worry about different angles. And send that to me for your form check. I can help you figure out maybe you're arching too much, maybe something's going on. So I'm Coach Josh with Garage Gang Gyms, and that was Arnold Presses.